Hi guys, in this video we're going to be looking at some more Halflings, this time from alternative armies.
Scruffy Crow.
So these guys arrived today for me, and I'm actually pretty excited by them. We've got a couple of different selections here, because we've got some on these sort of inbuilt bases, and then the rest are on tabs. So I think they might be from a couple of ranges. The wizard for sure is from the Halfling walking party, and then we've got a chef, which is a lovely little detail model, a female rogue, which I really like the sculpt of. I just liked her big hair, which is the general style of that one. This stilt walker, because I don't really Halflings on stilts yet, so I thought he'd look pretty cool in my army. I think the reason why I picked this guy up is because I thought he'd look cool in one of the rear ranks, just sort of rising above everyone else. And then we've got two of these Halfling militia that I was less sure about style-wise, but I thought because actually the unit I'm trying to put together is actually meant to be a spear unit, they'd be pretty cool. So I thought I'd at least pick up a couple, just to see how they look and how they compare. And then we have a wizard. I think I'm going to do a pretty interesting conversion with him at a later date. But once again, he's a pretty interesting sculpt, very old school style on the face and everything. And then we have another female halfling here with some very big hair. And she's more of a sort of adventurer. She's got the backpack on again. I really like that one as well. So as I've been doing with all of these videos, I'm going to have a look at them next to the North Star ones here. So these are the units that I'm trying to look to fill at the moment, which is the sort of spear unit. Now the stilt walker guy, if we hold him up, is a similar height, but his face is a little bit too large. But I think not so bad that once he's up here, that I think we can get away with that one. So it's a similar proportions. We're not too far off. And it's this sort of thin type of halfling, again, rather than the sort of chubbier, shorter ones. Same with the chef. We've got a similar height. We've got some more exaggerated proportions in general, but not too bad. I will probably rope him into my pot flinger unit, where he'll be sat alongside these TT combat halflings, where he looks, yeah, just fine next to those. So yeah, that's going to be a cool little addition. Then we've got the two militiamen, and they're also, yeah, once again a pretty good fit. Sort of legs and body, sort of size and shape, they're pretty accurate. Well, they're a pretty good match is what I should say. But once again, just their faces are that little bit larger, their heads are that little bit bigger, but certainly not as exaggerated as a lot of other rangers. And then yeah, the rogue girl, yeah, basically the same. She's actually a little bit shorter than these ones, but yeah, a little bit more exaggerated features, but I think we can get away with that on her. As I said, it is a lovely sculpt. These ones, I think, as I said, from slightly different range. And actually, she does have the slightly smaller face, and the hand and everything. This is actually probably one of the closest we've seen to the North Star Halflings, so I'm really impressed with that one. Same with the wizard. He's, oh, actually, I know. So how does he look next to her? So he's a good size. He's a fair lump taller than her. Oh, he doesn't look too much taller. So I suppose she is fairly tall. But yeah, the wizard looks a little bit taller. As I said, I've got a fairly interesting conversion in mind with him. So he doesn't mind if he's a little bit off, because he won't be in one of the units. So I'll get the chef based up and added to the Flinger crew, and I'll get the rest of these based and painted to join my other units. This girl will also be joining the spear unit, or at least be an extra for it. But what we're going to do is, so this is how she came with a little staff like that. I've done a little bit of cleanup work. And then what I've also done is I've got this spear tip. This is from the Oathmark human kit. And I've just drilled a little bit of a 1mm hole in there, and then just slightly widened it out with the end of a file. And now I've got this basically created a little cup in the end of there that is wide enough just to take the very end of her walking staff. I'll just give that walking staff just a little rub around with the file just to get the nicest fit we can. Just put the tiniest dab of glue on there, and then we have it. She's got herself a little spear, so she can join that spear unit. And I think that'll look pretty good once that's all painted up the same colour. So yeah, you'll see the chef probably at some other point. Same with the wizard. But let's get these guys on some bases. Just a quick word about the quality of these models. One thing I will say is this is probably one of the shiniest metal models I've ever experienced. It's very smooth, and I can't help feel that that's maybe lacking a bit of detail. But saying that, the sort of leaves that make up his little cuirass here are very finely detailed. So it is still quite a nice sculpt, if a bit awkwardly posed. There were a few mould lines and vents to clear up, more so than say the North Star or Midland miniatures. And I think you can see on this chef that sort of under his arm here, and just generally, yeah, like round this pouch. Can't really show it off very well, but this is all just sort of layers of flash. So the casting is a little bit less neat than I have been getting on some other manufacturers' stuff. But there's no problems with it. The mold doesn't appear to have slipped particularly. There's no there's no misalignment. There's quite a few of these sort of vents, but there's no mismolding or anything. So it might not be quite as clean as I'm used to, but there's certainly no problems with it. Okay, I've got them all based up, and there was one thing I actually forgot to mention that was pretty cool. So it looks like Alternative Armies do a free gift every month. It's a different free gift each month. So this one is a troll. Now that is a interesting sculpt. I'll be honest, I don't love it. It is a little bit mad for my liking. Huge arms. It's definitely got an old school style about it. It's just a bit odd. But yeah, I said I can't really complain. That was completely 100% free as part of my order. Okay, so I've painted up a selection of these minis now, and it's a bit of a mixed bag. I was actually quite surprised by how well this guard came out. I'm really keen on that. I think he's going to make an excellent little member of my spear troop as a little sort of trained soldier around all the rest of the sort of militia and amateurs. And then his little fella here also turned out better than I expected. I don't quite like him as much as that one. But yeah, quite a nice little sculpt. I chose to do the sort of leaf mail as metal, and then all the shoulder pads and stuff as leather, to try and keep it fairly sort of light armoured looking. But yeah, I'm sure there's a 100 other ways you could have done this. I've also kept the paint jobs fairly simple again, just so I could get them ready for this video, but also because I'm going to be painting sort of 100 plus halflings over the next few weeks. I don't want to send myself too crazy. This girl, she's from the walking party set. As I changed the spear, and I think she's come out pretty nicely as well. I've just gone with my colours here, the yellow and the green, following across the whole army. She's the one that's slightly better scaled, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way she came out. Probably going to pick up the rest of that walking party set other than her and the wizard. Here's the little rogue, and then she didn't come out as well as I expected. That could just be my painting, but it is still a lovely sculpt. I'm loving all this hair on the back. So yeah, and then finally we have the stilts guy, and yeah, it's got a slightly different style to him than the other ones. We're giving plenty of room to stick all this basing stuff on, and yeah, pretty happy with the way he's come out as well. As I said, I think these guys are going to make, at least these four are all going to go in my spear unit, and I think they're going to add quite nicely to the idea of the sort of trained soldiers mixed with militia that I'm going to try and go for that look. I think they're going to fit quite nicely with the North Star ones. So now I just need to get the rest of that unit painted. So yeah, all in all, I'm pretty happy with these. I'm probably going to pick up, as I said, the rest of the walking party. It's a shame they haven't got more halflings in their range, but they do have a huge range of all sorts of weird and wonderful figures, and I definitely recommend you checking out alternative armies. And that's all for this video. Please let me know what you thought down in the comments. Maybe subscribe for more. And as ever, thanks for watching. Bye.